to part 9 of the Enterprise refit build. It's been a little while since I got a video out. I've been a bit busy doing other things, so unfortunately the models had to take a back seat for a little while. But nevertheless, we're back up and running again. Managed to get the Shuttle Bay finished off. I had to take it apart. I had a few problems, but it's all back together again. I've got all of the side lights, and as you can see, I mean, there's a spaghetti junction of wires all going down the sides, and that's on both sides. We've got those. And I've had to redo the runway lights as well, the sequential landing bay lights again as well, because the lights were basically shining through the whole thing, and just basically needed to be light blocked completely. So I had to take those out, completely light block the bottom, and then put the LEDs back in again. So it took a little bit of while to do that, but I'm quite pleased with the progress. If we sort of come around to the front end of it, you'll be able to see we've got the sequential lights in there, and then if we just come down zoom down a bit and then push the camera in, hopefully you'll be able to start seeing. If we look on this side to begin with, where we've actually got the light from the lamp coming through, it is actually lighting up those windows there. So that's hopefully the kind of glow that I'm going to have from those. We've also got the turbo shafts painted as well, oh sorry, lit up as well there, as you can see. Still got a little bit of light blocking to do on the outside of this, but it's not looking too bad, to be quite honest. So if we can just try and get the camera in as much as we possibly can, I think that's about as far as we're going to take it. So I'll just turn off some of the lights so we can have a little look on the inside. And hopefully you can see in there on the side walls, we do have the lights going down on the walkways on both sides as well. Let's just push it over to the other side. So there you go, you can actually start to see those lights coming into place. It's difficult to pick them up on camera, but they do show up really well in person actually, those lights. It's just hard to try and find an angle to actually get those in, because they are actually being hidden by the beams that come down. So it's only the first few that you can actually really see properly, and then after that they kind of start to fade off a bit. But it does actually give a good glow all the way down. I mean, you can basically see the three little figures at the back end, just about in that level of light, so that's pretty fantastic. You can see there is a little bit left light blocking to do on a couple of those sequential lights, but that's not a problem. That's easily fixable. I just need to put a little bit more light blocking on those, and then that's actually stopped those from sort of shining up as they do through the yellow parts. But it's not looking too bad. I'm quite happy with the progress on that. As I say, it's just a little bit more light blocking and that will be done. So if we just move that over to the side there and get the camera back up, just show you the other bits that I've got worked in. As I say, I haven't got a lot done because I've been busy doing other things, but we've got the for the cutaway section, we've actually now got that sidewall cut off, and that's all sort of fairly smooth as well. So the rest of that is there. That was kind of stuck on there like so. So all that's going to happen really is that's just going to be pushed up ever so slightly. I might need to take a little bit off the top of this just to help bring it down, but it doesn't need to go up too far. It's only a couple of millimeters that needs to go up by, so it shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully there might be a little bit of room on the inside of the cutaway to do a bit of jiggy pokery. I have a feeling I'm going to need to put a spacer in between those of about a mil, maybe two, because I have noticed on this edge it doesn't butt directly up against the back of the Shuttle Bay doors. So I might need to do a little bit of jiggy pokery and put a little spacer in between these two parts, so I can just shove that towards the back a little bit further, and hopefully that'll do the trick. But that now almost sits perfectly within the the bottom section that we've got done. Once that's in properly, or once I'm actually happy with the final layout, I can then go ahead and start painting those. They need to be light blocked from both the inside and the outside, I believe, because the styrene that I'm using is actually quite thin, so I reckon it's going to need to be light blocked on both sides to being able to stop any light coming through. But that's about it for the moment. As soon as I've got some more progress done, I will come back to you. Got some more work done to the cross section of the Shuttle Bay. And hopefully, as you can see there, we've got the photo etch in for the beams and the girders, and we've also got these photo etch in there as well. Now what I've done is, because we're not using the other side of the Shuttle Bay, I've decided to put the spare one of those in on that side as well, just to help sort of make that look a little bit more uniformed. And that actually does help to make the Shuttle Bay look quite nice. So I'm happy with the way that that's turned out. We've also got the little walkways in now that we've talked about. As you can see there, they're quite thin. So we've got the two walkways there. We've got those two little bits there, and then we've also got that one there as well that's in. And they're really good actually. They've really helped sort of define that sort of area there now. Because on the other side, they are so thick and chunky, it's unbelievable. We've also got the light ports drilled out as well. So hopefully by the time we get the SMDs in there as well, that's going to look pretty good. So the only thing I really need to do to this part now is just get the railings in for the top section there, and also this one here, and I think this one has some on it. I can't remember actually, to be quite honest. If it hasn't, the good thing is I'll be able to use the spare bit of railing that's up there to go down on that bit there as well, so that will actually help to define that a little bit more. Once I've got that on, the only thing I have left to do then is this side here. Now at the moment I'm still not sure whether I'm going to be able to use this, so I just need to get the whole thing sort of built up really, and then see if that can be used. And if it can be, then I'll get the photo etch port put in there for the windows, and then once that's done, I'll then be able to primer the whole thing and then paint it. If I can't use that bit, or it might just be a case really that I might just need to cut this off and just move it up a little bit. I don't really know at the moment, you know, it's all up in arms still. But that's coming along quite nicely. It's looking quite good, so I'm happy with the progress on that. I'm just still waiting for the lights to come in as well for the Shuttle Bay that's going in the ship. As soon as they've come in, I'll be able to get that Shuttle Bay finished off, and then I'll be able to concentrate on getting the rest of this sorted out. Because what I would like to do is be in a position where I've got the cross section sort of built up, and I've also got the engineering hole built up as well, and then that way I'll be able to paint both of those at the same time and use the masking set for the Aztec work for the paint work there, and that would be quite cool too. So yeah, I'm just going to slowly plod along on this until such time that my SMDs come in. As soon as they're in, I'm just going to swap back to the other Shuttle Bay, get that finished off, and then sort of come back to this bit. Not quite sure how I'm going to do the decals for this bit here though yet at the moment. Still sort of puzzling on that one. I might actually speak to Jerry at HDA Model Works and see if he might be able to come up with a decal set for that as well. But we'll soon see. I've got a little while yet really before I have to start worrying about things like that. But yeah, as soon as I've got some more work onto these, I will come back to you. Still waiting for me SMDs to come in for the Shuttle Bay, which is a bit of a shame. I was expecting those in today, but they haven't arrived. So I've just been mucking about with the cutaway section Shuttle Bay. What I've had to do with this is I've put some plastic on the bottom of that, as you can see there, just to help sort of strengthen that back up a bit, because that, with the weight on the front, was actually sort of drooping downwards. So I put some a little bit of bracing in on the underside just to help it sort of stay right. I mean, it's all going to be glued in anyway from the sides, but it's just the middle bit there that could just sort of droop a little bit. So I just thought I'd take the extra precaution of doing that. I've also done pretty much all the same on this bit as well. Put some bracing in on that. And as you can see on the top there, I've got the support ready for the lift. That's not actually sort of glued in place yet. I've just got that in temporarily at the moment, just so I can sort of work around it and work on what I need to do. And I've also started to get the parts in there as well. Oops, sorry, the lines put in place as well for the shuttle storage as well. Basically, they're kind of going sort of like that, really. I don't think we're going to get too deep in there. You might be able to get too deep in there, actually. But yeah, I'm certainly getting that bit sorted out as well now. So that's starting to look good. I have also checked the fit as well on this part of the kit. What I'm going to need to do is I'm just going to need to chop this off and then raise that up by about sort of 2, maybe 3 mil. But I'll soon see the exact height that I need to raise this particular part up by when these parts are stuck together. Because this part here will eventually sort of rest on this bit here, like so. So yeah, I'll just be able to see where we are with that, and then I'll get that chopped off. The good thing as well with that is the fact that we've also got a little bit of photo etch that goes on the edge there as well, which is fantastic. So I'll be able to get that in, and that'll actually help to cover up the seam as well and help to strengthen that little bit up a bit more as well. So that's kind of cool. So I'm happy with the progress on that. I'm kind of happy that we've actually got the way forward on that, and the fact that I can actually use the whole of this side as well, because that I think to actually get that curve in and all of the other bits and pieces would have been a bit of a pain in the backside, to be fair. I think one of the other things that I might do as well, because I'm acutely aware that when you put this in the model kit, there's a bit of a gap here on this end by about 2 mil or so. It doesn't actually butt up on the inside properly. So I think what I'm going to do, once I've got this bit cut off, is just put an extra 2 mil in width in that section there, and then just brace it from the back end where you're not going to see it. And then, as I say, that bit of photo etch that goes in there, that will actually help hide the seam and hopefully strengthen it up a little bit more as well. And then by the time we've done that, hopefully that'll have the effect of getting this back end sort of butting right up against the inside of the door area. But that's about as far as I got with this at the moment. Hopefully the LEDs might be in tomorrow, and if they are in tomorrow, then I'll be able to get on and get the other shuttle bay sort of finished up. That's just going to take a couple of days to do, but that's about it for the moment. I will come back to you as soon as I've got some more work done to this wee beastie. A little bit more progress to the ship now. We've got the whole of the inside of the cross-section light blocked. I've basically used a black car primer for that, and then I've also gone over it again with a white car primer. I think pound for pound, actually, to be quite honest, it's one of the cheapest to use, and it's also the easiest as well because it's all in a spray can. But so we've got all of that light blocked now, and as I say, coat down in white to help reflect the light. I've also done exactly the same as well to the back of the parts of the shuttle bay that we're using. As you can see there, that was treated exactly the same. Put the black light blocking on there and then painted that in the white primer over the top. The reason why I've done that is because you're not really going to have a lot of light coming through on this side really of the shuttle bay. So I just wanted to be able to reflect as much light to the back of the windows as I possibly could. So I think by doing that, that's actually helped. I mean, I just need to then sort of go in and paint all of those bits in the sort of green colour as well. We've also got the bottom of the cargo pods done as well. That's been light blocked with the matte black and then gone over with primer as well, or the white primer as well. I didn't really sort of concentrate on that too much because you're not really going to get a lot of sort of light really bouncing underneath of that, but I just thought I'd give that a good go anyway. And we've also done the same with that side as well. And then the back end of it as well, or sorry, the other side of it as well, we've got that done too. So that's about where we've got. I'm just now kind of also at the same time trying to work out what I need to do floor wise with this, because I do need to put a floor on this section. But I just need to sort of trace out the floor and get that done as best as I possibly can. But that's about it for the moment. So as soon as I made a bit more progress on this, I will come back to you. I'm going to try and get the cargo side of this done actually first. So I just need to sort of get these bits painted the green, get the other side painted in the kind of ivory colour, and I also need to get this side of the floor and also this side of the floor done in that light grey colour. So as soon as I've got some more work done, I will come back to you. Made a little bit more progress to the cutaway section, sort of shuttle bay and landing, sorry, cargo area should I say, I know what I meant. Hopefully you do too. But we've managed to get the bottom section on its way to being finished. It's not quite there yet, but you know, never mind. So we've got the actual cargo bay floor area. We've got this bit of plastic here that just needs the decals on it for the pods. So that would kind of really sit on that edge just there. Now this has actually been designed to be 3 high and 4 wide, which is what it is if you look at the reference pictures for the ship. And we've also got the pods there as well for the cargo. And again, if you look at the reference pictures, you actually see that they've got 4 little pods that go across there as well. So that's starting to look pretty good. It's starting to shape up. We've got the little corridor areas down each side as well. This one you're not going to see because it's going to be up against the starboard side. So that's actually going to be right up against the wall, so you're not going to see that side. So I'm not too fussed about putting too much detail on there. But on this side, because this is the port side is the cutaway side, you might actually see this bit because you do have a walkway that goes down underneath there. So you might actually see this wall, so I just need to paint that a different colour. But we got all the floors, as you can see, there painted, and that's been done in the medium sea grey, which is the XF83 from Demir. So that bit's done. As I say, just need a bit more work doing to that before it's done. Still need to look at the decal for that. Don't know whether I'm going to be able to do that myself or whether I'm going to have to speak to Jerry at HDA Modelworks to see if he can knock me up one. But the one with the kit, or the one that's supplied with the kit, has only got 3 bays on it, whereas this one is now 4, which it should be. So I might be able to replicate that. Not really sure. So that's that little bit done. One of the other reasons why I've actually put these strips on as well is so it does act as a support for the next level, which is this one. This is the shuttle stowage area and also the elevator. Just need to get the elevator platform built for that as well at the moment. But that would then just sort of basically plonk itself on the top, something like that roughly. And then you just got the next platform that goes up after that, which would be the shuttle deck. So that's coming along quite well. Again, on this side I've left it open because you are going to be able to see in. So what I do need to do is get myself some metal bracing, sort of 1350 sort of struts or whatever to go in down the middle there to sort of help support the top when it goes in, because otherwise it's just going to be a bit floppy. So you're not going to be able to put too much weight on it. So that bit's done, or well, not done, sorry, but you know, it's coming along. There's just a little bit more work that needs to be done to it. The actual starboard side of the Shuttle Bay wall, we've almost got that finished now. We've got some decals to put in there. We've had a little bit more painting on there really in a darker colour, and we've also got to put the handrails in. We've also got all of the little SMDs in place. That's upside down, there you go. So we've got all of the little SMDs in place there. It's 26 of them if you want to know. And they are for the little lights that go in at the top. Just need to put a little bobble of either canopy glue in there, or the microsol glue. Is it microsol? Micro crystal clear, sorry. I know what I meant. It's getting late, my poor brain's shutting down. So that's almost done, and again, once that's finished, that, if we can give you a little demonstration, I'm not going to plonk it on there completely because the paint's still drying off really, but that will roughly kind of sit about there, on there. So yeah, that helped to make that look pretty good. So that's on its way to being finished as well. We've also started on the floor as well, because we've got the torpedo room at the bottom of the neck, as we need to kind of, as you know, we need to kind of show that off a little bit. I've started working on getting the flooring prepared for this. So again, it's just another little bit of stock styrene, as you can see, like so, and then we've just got that are kind of slot into, if we can get that in, there we go. So it's a little piece of stock styrene really that's sitting there and acts as the floor, and then that'll butt right up against that side as well. So that'll be kind of cool. So we might be able to get some little figures in that little side as well. So we need to get the torpedo room in there, and also the rest of the warp pylon, sorry, the warp engine. And on the inside of the ship there, as you can see, if I bring that back in a camera shot there, you got that bit of plastic in there as well. I decided to put a little bit of stock styrene in there because there was basically you had the holes in there for the neck, but they had sort of like little bits of plastic poking out of those as well. So for the struts to poke into, to put them in properly. So I had to drill those down, and then you had that real big sort of moulded in strut as well for the support, and that had to come off. And by the time I got those off and managed to grind those down a bit, it was looking a bit pathetic in there really, to be honest. The only other way that I could have got away with that was to put some putty in there and then sand it down, and that would have taken forever really, to be quite honest, and been a huge great big pain in the butt. So I decided not to do that. I took the easier of the options on that one, and certainly the quickest was just gluing some styrene in there and then spraying that down. I've used the racing white for that, so it is an off-white, it's almost a creamy white. That does need a few more coats because for some reason that off-white paint is a bit translucent. Not sure why that would be. So that's about where we are at the moment, actually, to be quite honest. I'm going to call it quits on this video as well. And it's going to I think it's going to be, to be quite honest, about 2 weeks before I can get the next video out. Life is a bit hectic at the moment, really, to be quite honest. There's a lot of other things going on, so I haven't got quite as much time as I used to be able to build models. Which is a bit of a shame, but hey ho, never mind, you know, other things come along and need to take a priority. So yeah, it's going to be about 2 weeks until the next update. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and thank you for being patient, because it has been about 5 weeks since the last update actually. So you know, thank you for your patience on that one. It is much appreciated. So yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you all in part 10 of this build. So until then, thanks for watching, and please do take care.